Tyler Overia. Belgium is effed. Mass migration, drug wars, and death. I mean, migration is a real issue in a lot of places right now, like a massive issue. I wonder if he's going to say everything's from India like he did. What was it in Portugal? I think it was Portugal. Poland? Yeah, in Poland. Where no matter where they were from in the world, whether from the continent of Africa or from like Pakistan or from wherever they were from, every single time they were Indian. Even when the person themselves said they were from a different nation, they were Indian. Yeah. I wonder if this is going to be another one of those. But Belgium is effed. Mass migration, drug wars, and death. Tyler Overia.
This is Brussels, Belgium, the capital of the European Union. Where over 75% of the residents here are either foreigners without citizenship, foreigners with citizenship, or the children of these foreigners, rapidly turning real Belgians into a minority in their own capital city. And if you commit the crime of noticing the problems these new Belgians bring to the city, you might just go to jail.
They raided me, they took me out of bed.
Yep, that's primarily all of UK. Or sorry, not all of the UK, all of Europe. That's what I meant to say. All of Europe, because that involves the UK. All of Europe is suffering the same exact problem because freedom of speech is not a thing. So when freedom is, I am so happy that our forefathers in the United States of America, and a lot of this is just so great that it's our 250th birthday in America. It's our 250th birthday. And they realized a long time ago that the government should never have control of what the people think, what the people say. The government should not. And to this day, we are blessed by it because even though we do have a subsect of the culture that lives behind gated communities that thinks me speaking ill of illegal migrants is bad, even though my wife is a migrant, even though my father is a migrant, but they're legal migrants. My father is now a citizen. But even though I'd be seen as deplorable for saying illegal migrants shouldn't be allowed, should be incarcerated, and should be sent back to their country after a year or two in prison in the United States, honestly, they should be punished for breaking the law, not sent back to their country with a free flight. Like, no, they should be punished. But yeah, unless they were like a child laborers or S trafficked into America, which does happen. Children are brought in by not their real parents. But yeah, like there is a demographic in the United States that lives in gated communities that doesn't actually know the truth of the reality, that still think I'd be a heinous monster for honestly speaking my mind and honestly having more of an understanding of the situation because I'm closer to it. Those people who have been in America, their families are white, completely white, and they just feel guilt for it. Like, no. I think I have more of a say. Being married to an immigrant, being the child of an immigrant.
They came into my private home. They stole all of my devices. So this is really a form of state terror.
So I met up with Dries van Langenhoven, a Flemish nationalist on trial for hate speech after stating the consequences of mass migration.
The Great Replacement is replacing the natives of Europe by people and cultures and identities that are completely foreign and most of the time even hostile to Europe.
Men are very horny here, mostly immigrants.
It's nice to have people from everywhere that bring their food and everything.
I don't want to live in a country where there's Pakistanis delivering goy slob everywhere. That's just not the future that I want for my children. If we want to, we can send back home millions within a matter of days or weeks.
Let me show you the benefits of Brussels' increasingly diverse population right outside of a major train station overrun with drug dealers, violent crime, and prostitution. What's going on here? Locals. What are your thoughts on this behavior? Yeah, instantly the glass is broken. Okay, so right outside the train.
It looks like New York after a team wins or loses, or anything happens, or LA, or San Francisco, or any put big city name in America here, and it looks like that. A slum.
Station, things get instantly a little shicey. You want to say hi?
What's up?
How you doing? Where you from?
Algeria.
How is Algeria?
Sí, bueno, Algeria.
¿Qué es tu opinión de
Europa,
Belgium?
hijo de puta.
¿Qué?
Europa, hijo de puta.
Las putas
de mierda.
¿Aquí?
Sí, Algeria, sí.
Ay. ¿Gorditas? Okay, respect, gracias. Okay, nice fellas, I think. Yo. Huh? What does he say? What's Pasha?
Pasha, contact Instagram.
YouTube. You want to say what's up? Say what's up. Tyler. Good to meet you.
No problem, see my face.
see you.
Hey, okay, good.
I talk my
Okay, where you from? Where you from? Tell me. We're in Africa. I've never been. We just split up. Hey, it's good. Relax. Come with me. Walk with me. Come. How are you? How are you? Let's talk. Let's walk. Keep in mind, we literally just walked out the train station.
People respect.
Why is everything so
People
tense?
different, no?
Why is everything so tense?
No, this is
Is
my
it
You not talk to me.
prostitution?
I talk myself. You not talk to me.
No, I want to talk to you.
You where from?
Texas, USA.
I come from Europe long time.
I see.
I think my life is good. My people, my everything, my
Okay.
people.
Okay,
Respect.
good.
We have to put. Don't have a problem. Thank you for you.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go this way or that way? All right, hey, good to meet you. Good to meet you. We just walked out of the ladies over here are selling the services. They obviously don't want to be filmed.
It's illegal, yeah.
Where are we? Do we know? What is the name? Just walking around talking.
Yeah, you walk around.
Okay. No problem. Not you. We're walking. You're beautiful. We love you. You're beautiful. Yo, we walked into a war zone just now. I'm gonna be real. You're probably thinking, Tyler, this is a no-go zone. The rest of Brussels can't be this bad, right?
So most Brussels neighborhoods are quite okay, but as you can see,
Here's some guys screaming behind.
Yeah, they look bad. That looked bad. But then again, I'm all against mass migration of random people. The mass migration of people. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Because you have a bunch of people with different ideologies moving into a nation that they don't respect to begin with. That they don't respect. There has to be a modicum of respect in order to have, let's just say an agreement with the original people that live there.
and the people in front of us as well are quite shady, but this is a dangerous square if you come here at the worst, at the bad timing.
I just threw a beer. Who threw it? The birds? The birds threw it.
Well, you're famous on TikTok, man.
Am I? Great to meet you. How are you? Where are you from?
I'm good. I'm from Rio.
Rio. Shout out Rio de Janeiro. This is one big melting pot right
It
here.
is.
And
You
does
know-
everyone get along here?
Those depends on the days, it depends on the rainy days.
And I noticed the birds threw a can of, another bird threw an energy drink at us.
That is not that I didn't see coming.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw the energy drink.
So was it that guy?
Yeah, I don't know if it was that guy, but I didn't see it coming.
Since when did the birds start throwing energy drinks at us?
No, that we didn't see. I'm sorry, man. Maybe he thinks he's a cop or something.
Who?
Yeah, maybe.
Who?
He thinks
Who threw it? Do we know?
No, I didn't see where.
Most squares in the neighborhood here used to be very nice, but in the past, let's say 20 years, a lot has changed in Brussels. Definitely since 2015.
How we doing, man?
Where are you from?
USA. Where you from? Where you from? You want to say what's up?
What's up?
Morocco?
How are you?
USA. How you guys doing? How do you guys like Brussels?
From Morocco, bro.
How long you guys been here in Brussels?
Perdu ma vie ici, moi. Ça fait 14 ans que je suis là, moi, frère.
His visa expired 6 months ago.
But you might be wondering, where did all the Belgians here go? What is the Great Replacement?
The Great Replacement is replacing the native ethno-cultural peoples of Europe by people and cultures and identities that are completely foreign and most of the time even hostile to Europe. So the importing basically of millions of third worlders.
That's what's fascinating. It's just like you can look at the same thing that happened in the United States. So the United States, we had the 13 colonies up along the East Coast. And then we slowly, it took us almost an entire century in order to get the entirety of the United States, which it is today. And we were displacing a ton of Native Americans. Like you get the Trail of Tears, you get a ton of, because a lot of the people back in the day assumed that, all these Native Americans, I would say Indians, but we know that that was just stupidly labeled because Christopher Columbus thought he landed in India when he probably would have landed on China or Japan, because you still have to get through everything in order to get to India. But then again, they didn't know how maps worked back in the day, even though they had them. But yeah, it just like the native population, which was here in the United States, were all bad? No. We're all good? No. Like you still had like the cannibalistic tribes. You had the conquering hunter-gatherers that would just hunt down other tribes, or it's just like they would squabble over certain things. But it wasn't great that it was they were just removing the original population. Are there still a bunch of tribes and Native Americans in the United States? Yes, there are. Yes, there are. Are there more mixed bloods like myself, Native Americans in the United States? Yeah, there are. We've almost completely bred out the original indigenous population. But that's just how it works. That's just how it works. It's it's moving in, it's slowly seeing the culture, because the people back in the day, it took about a century to take all of the United States of America, because we still have bits Andrew Jackson purchased from Russia. We had to purchase Alaska. We had to make deals with Mexico in order to actually to create the border along Texas, because we were fighting with Mexico and Texas because of, like, the remember the Alamo, that kind of stuff. I remember my history classes, especially when I had to learn it myself. But yeah, we ended up having to formulate the entire border, but there were a ton of native populations that got displaced, that lost their homes. And in the end, a lot of them, when they realized their mistake after decades, they tried to give the land back, and there are reservations, there are BLM pieces of land, Bureau of Land Management, that keeps control and manages the original territories of the Native Americans, when it was truly difficult, because the Native Americans were a hunter-gatherer, normally a rural, moving around. They'd travel to a new location, burn the land behind them, because when you deal with forest fires, you want to make sure there's no risk of forest fires as long as you burn it yourself. That kind of dynamic where it would move around. And and then they were given land nearby where they would originally move around, and then they built casinos. And now they're kicking out actual genuine, there's a whole political landmine when you go into, like, the native tribe politics of this day, where they'll blacklist certain families because they get subsidized by the government, because they want to make more money themselves. They want to make more money themselves. So they have blacklisted a few members of the tribe who are 100% Native American. They've blacklisted them, so that way the money that goes to the location gets given to them. And they're able to have more money because there is less original tribal members. Sorry, Levi, I can't stand that hater piece of street. Yeah. I honestly, I went off on a massive tangent just because they were talking about displacement.
Into European communities. In Brussels right now, 90% of young people, so below 18 years of age, are foreign. They are migrants. So this city is just not a Belgian city anymore. And the 10% other people, they are also thinking about moving out of the city. So this city is just not a Belgian city anymore. And we see this phenomenon spreading around Brussels, but also in Antwerp, in Ghent, in many cities in Belgium. They're just not Belgian cities anymore. And this problem is spreading like an oil spill until there will be no part of Flanders anymore, no part of Belgium anymore that is Belgian.
And what is the rationale for importing this many people into Belgium?
Many different reasons, but the two main reasons are cheap labor, the importing of cheap labor. That's why big finance, these big powers, ruthless capitalists want to import as many people as possible, because they just want to make more money to then extradite to other places.
Yep, that's one of the big issues. Hopefully in this one, they actually target the real problems instead of blaming the people. Like, I can understand going to the streets and seeing the people and the problems they cause, but in the end, you have to go to the actual corporations and the lawmakers who are actually allowing this rot to fester. They're the real problems, not the people.
Then you have the leftists who want
not
new
always
voters.
the people.
They betrayed the white working class voters, so they now want to import third worlders to vote for them, and they will hand out welfare checks like candy in order to receive these votes.
So all of this to say, is remigration at scale a possibility?
I do think it is a possibility, and actually the only thing that stands in the way of large-scale remigration is political will. We have the boats, we have the planes, we have the trains, we have the cars. If we want to, we can send back home millions within a matter of days or weeks. And I would say, even if the possibility is so small that it's near impossible, it is still our duty to try to do this, because the alternative is horrible.
How old were you when you committed the crime of hate speech?
When I was in my early 20s as a student, and I also founded the political youth movement Schild en Vriend, which rapidly became the biggest and most important political youth movement in the country.
Who was charged with the crime?
I was charged with the crime along with 6 other activists, members of
I honestly believe he's the one that started the majority of the hate.
Private group chat. And I have to say, memes that I myself did not share, did not make, and did not even see.
Because at the time, Dries was really one of the only loud voices speaking out against the rapid importation of foreigners into Belgium.
We hebben inderdaad massale remigratie nodig. Saving Western civilization, of saving European culture. Well, there is nothing more important than that.
So 8 years later, let's go visit a neighborhood gifted with the very diversity Dries was fighting against. Go speak to the new face of Brussels. How are you?
What
YouTuber, where are you from, man? How are you?
I'm from Syria.
Syria. How do you like Belgium?
Visa.
Visa. Work visa.
Oh, okay.
Students work here in Belgium.
What work Belgium?
What work do you want to do?
Chauffeur.
Chauffeur.
Camion,
Okay.
And after, ID card.
I don't want to. Yeah. And now that the war is over in Syria, are you not looking to return to Syria?
Assad.
Yeah. Assad is gone now.
Yeah, I go.
I was afraid I might get stuck with a needle right now. I heard the door open. If you saw me worriedly looking away, I mean, we're just watching Tyler Rovaria right now. We're just watching Tyler Rovaria. And honestly, it was, I didn't see his poop throwing one, but I saw his Texas one. It was I was like, maybe he's got a good point, but at the end, I'm like, there isn't really much there. And then it was really his Poland one where I realized, why the heck are you just talking to the people? The real problem is the lawmakers, the government makers. The real problem is the corporations that are wanting slave labor. That's the real problem. That's the same problem that we have in the United States of America. Why do they want so many illegal immigrants in the nation? Because they're cheap to put to labor, put to work. They're cheap. Sure, you might get a couple thousand which are criminals and gonna do heinous acts, but at least you'll get 100 to work on your farm. That's honestly why, or to work in your factory, but that's honestly why. You're willing to take in 1,000 problematic cases just for 100 people to make it have easy labor. So that way your production costs go down, so you can earn more. Like, I can understand the mindset, but at the same time, I would never do something that put my nation at risk because it's my home. I live here. Well, the problem is all these rich and wealthy people live in gated communities that they're safe. But yeah, I was looking over. We're just watching a Tyler Rivera video, and I was thinking I might see a needle.
Oh, I'm net apartment.
Yeah, broken.
Yeah, I see. Do you have family over there?
They need young Syrians to rebuild the country.
Yeah, we. In Belgium, live year, this year, klar, work, and after, Syria.
So eventually you want to go back. Yeah.
Make some money here in Belgium, bring it back to Syria?
Yeah,
Okay.
money.
Syria needs its young men to rebuild the country.
Bien sûr.
And what is your favorite part of Brussels?
Person here, network. Moroccan, hashish.
We noticed a lot of Moroccans giving us
Algeria.
Drug gangs.
And Belgian women or Syrian women? Which one is more pretty? This is our final and most important question.
Yes, Syria. Yes, Syria. Syria, full beautiful.
Then definitely, don't wait too long to return.
He's like, these are ugly. Oh, they're heavy sets. Where are you from?
Syria.
Syria, I see. And how do you survive in Belgium?
He works here.
I see.
And CBS.
CBS. I see. And you guys don't have jobs right now?
Yeah, the job is after in the school.
I see.
شغالين الحمد لله. Work.
Okay.
My own great-grandparents would probably have a heart attack if they would return to this city, this once great and beautiful city. The only people that it was good for were these ruthless international capitalists who drained all the money and then fled off to other tax havens. And then these Moroccans and Turks that came here, they just never left. And then they started importing all of their families. That was the first wave. And then the second wave has a massive import of people from all over the world, sometimes for cheap labor.
But the first wave was done correctly. The second wave was done correctly. And then the third wave was like, you know what? These people are free votes. And that's the problem. A lot of the cases, it's just for votes. It's just for votes.
But many times as well, fake refugees, fake asylum seekers.
Teresa, how does this end? How do you escape the doom loop?
Well, mass remigration is the only peaceful solution we have left. And I think we have a window of about 10 years to still enact this because in Brussels, for example, about 90% of the youth is foreign. They are migrants. So once these people get of age and are able to vote, there's no way we're ever going to be able to vote for remigration. But if we are able to convince the big cohort of white boomers that are still present in the country to vote for remigration, then we still have a shot at solving this in a peaceful way.
No needle.
From Romania?
Yet.
Yes, I'm in Belgium from 2 years.
2 years.
I speak French, Dutch, English.
Okay.
I try to find a job.
Yeah, how was it?
For the moment, they say I must wait for paper.
He's pissing over there.
This is legal.
Sorry, man. Culture shock. I guess everyone's pissing out here. Holy this is all piss.
Yeah, that's all piss.
Piss and shit.
It's not raining here. We're under a bridge.
So I thought it was raining, but turns out it was urine. In mid B-roll collection, my cameraman interrupted this astrophysicist advancing the theory of relativity.
What are we doing? Why? It's my profile life.
Okay, congratulations. Hey, guys. We're doing documentary. Calm down. How are you? My name's Tyler. I understand. We're walking through the sidewalks. So we come in peace. Good to meet you. And if you want to fight, you'll get a fight. You know that, right? Don't be stupid now, boy. Don't be stupid.
Why would you say that? Like, the thing is, this is what gets me to hate Tyler Rivera. You know, he's instigating a problem. He's instigating a problem. I'm watching this way too slowly. I'm just gonna do 2 times. He's instigating a problem. You want to fight? You know we'll fight you. You know we'll fight you, boy. You know, why be demeaning? Why use demeaning language? You don't know where this person's coming from. You don't know what kind of hard life he's living. You don't know if he's a good immigrant, an illegal immigrant. You have no freaking clue. Why would you instigate an argument? It's better to be the bigger person. Now, if you're attacked, put them down without hesitation. But don't go there trying to get in a fight. Which is what he does, which is why I don't like Tyler Rivera, because he does it on purpose. It's all clickbaity. It's all just trying to get a viral clip. Just the virality of it.
Don't be stupid. I'm being serious. We don't have time. Okay, yourself too. Anyways. Tunisian, I say. Oh, nasty. Yuck.
That's piss. They're throwing piss at us.
Nasty. Okay, it's milk. Okay, he's got milk splattered. And it's important to keep in mind, in these diverse neighborhoods, there's always a ton of phone shops and money transfer stations so they can send the money they make in Belgium back to wherever the hell they're actually from. Western Union?
It's a phone
Yes. I see, it's multi-purpose. Okay, I thought it was phone shop. I think it is a Western Union and a phone shop where you can send money back home after a...
You can bring in whatever you've collected and then send it home.
In Pakistan, it's hard to be making a daily life.
I see, so the economy's better here, easier to make money. Do you make enough money to send back home to Pakistan?
Always.
Okay, that's good.
I'm supporting a family.
How large is your family in Pakistan?
We were 5 brothers and 2 sisters. And
Wow.
mom and dad. Yeah.
Big family you're supporting. Do you support a family back home?
No. Need family Syria.
I see. Family's here, I see.
دلوقتي بنحارب راح على الارض وكيل الله لسه حدا معمل راتب يا دوب بكفي راتب بكفي بس يعني 1500 اجار بيت 700 فواتير عندي 7 اولاد مصروف 1500 بالشهر
7 baby.
He has 7 babies.
Yeah, 7
Wow.
baby.
His baby. Oh, so you don't work?
No.
Well, I do for the deliveries, for the Uber, for the Deliveroo, and other stuff.
Okay. And how long you been here?
About 1 year.
Do you see yourself staying for the rest of your life?
You should go to live for the life of the weather in Italy and in Spain,
I see.
Portugal. The weather is very good there.
I see.
So you can see like cold.
So just bounce
And you
around.
get money from the state.
سي بي اس كونتري بتاعنا.
How much?
قديش بالشهر؟
يعني انا باخذ حوالي 2500
2500 يورو.
Per month from the state.
Yeah.
But also free apartments.
Wow.
Taxi and water.
Nice.
ماني بس بيروح كله اجار بيت فواتير مصروف اكل
Money finish.
I see, stop.
You can say Europe is the way like you can fulfill your dreams here, and Europe supports you, and Europe give you the opportunities from here and support your family.
I don't want to live in a country where there's Pakistanis delivering boy slop everywhere. That's just not the future that I want for my children.
Sure. How do you guys like Belgium compared to Guinea?
I think here, we have a little bit of freedom. I think people are afraid because they don't know who are yours. I think it's good to do some little bit of protection.
Nice name style. Good to meet you.
They have a good choice, to come here because everybody knows Brussels or Belgium are the capital of Europe.
Yeah.
But the problem is Belgium is small,
Very tiny.
So they cannot rescue everybody.
Yes. That's a good point. Hi.
They can't rescue
Okay, you guys wanna say what's
everybody. Oh my freaking gosh. I didn't see it yet, but they will be there always. And the sad thing is that they will take over the genuine protest, and they will take over the genuine protests, and they will take those innocent kids look like anti-national too. Yeah, they'll always change the history of the people. They'll readapt it. Re-education centers. I love learning history, and after learning so much history, I realized that India was the backbone of the world. Literally everything was discovered by India and made a notebook filled with that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things were invented in India. A lot of things were only for the Western world to patent the things that were created and invented and designed and orchestrated. I mean, like, heck, the oldest city with the sewage system is, I think, the Indus Valley. I could be wrong, but I believe the Indus Valley. But yeah, these people, they are going to destroy the world. They're going to destroy the world. And they are doing it for the sake of capital now. Like the businesses are doing it because they want to be rich and wealthy and not have to pay for a lot of labor. The governments are doing it because they want to win their election. That's it. That's it. That simple. They're destroying the future of the people because they want to win an election. They're destroying the future of a people because they want more money. How deplorable is that?
All right. Whoa. And you might be wondering, why is Brussels such an attractive location for migrants entering the EU, and what benefits does the government here give you once you get here? We headed to Brussels Humanitarian Hub to find out. Hey. Okay, I'm walking. Where's the door? I'm looking for the door. Where's the door? Okay, then we have no problem. Relax. You two, all right? Ay. Niemand is illegal?
Nobody's illegal.
Do you agree with that?
I must say I disagree.
Well, you might be wondering why these young men traveled across the world through several safe countries to get all the way to Belgium. But real quick, are you tired of hunting for coupons and promo codes? Well, sponsor of this video, Cooper, is a free extension that helps you save money while shopping online. It's simple. How much you save. Thanks, Cooper. Back to Brussels. English? Where are you from?
Ethiopia.
Just skip his thinking.
I'm from Pakistan, but I'm born in Lebanon.
Born in Lebanon?
Yeah.
Gambia.
Okay.
Morocco. Why did you come?
Because of the political issues, there is forced conscription to fight against the federal government. The federal government is also not supporting Tigray.
I see.
So because of that, I was forcibly conscripted and spent a lot of bad special medical issue.
How do you like it here in Belgium?
It's good. Just I'm arrived from 3 years, and now my life is stable now.
If you go to Belgium, you cross several safe countries. Why did you come all the way to Belgium?
I chose here because I have done 2 times surgery in my ear, so I have medical issue and trauma about the war. So I have a relative here. Nobody in Europe I know, and I came here.
Because you have good medical care then.
Support from my relative.
Do you plan to stay in Belgium or do you plan to return?
At this time, it's bad decision to return back to my country. So I already asked asylum.
Do you plan on staying here much longer?
Yeah.
Yep. How is this facility? Good or bad?
It's very good.
Very good. They give you food, a place to sleep. What do they give?
Currently I'm in Beach Chateau, so it's good.
Situación aquí, comida y un lugar que dormir. Ok, bueno, las personas simpáticos. Muy bueno. ¿Tú tienes un trabajo aquí? ¿Tú recibí dinero por el gobierno ahora o no? No.
Belgium is good.
Good. How long you been here?
1 month.
1 month. Okay. Have they been giving you guys food, like shelter?
Yeah. They are giving food, clothes, everything.
Okay.
But the place to sleep?
You found work in the last 3 years?
Here, no, because I have a medical.
Like a check every month to help you?
Yeah, everything.
So he
not
gets
only-
free
not only
medical
there,
care.
not working for medical relation. Yeah, all people.
In Afghanistan, okay, after I come here, we go in 2001, I come in 2001.
George Bush.
And he says, you came to Afghanistan and now I come to you. That's what he's saying.
I see.
Yeah. You should go to, now you should go to Washington, not to
Why don't
Brussels.
you come to America?
No, because we had the first come to NATO, after come to went into the military.
I see.
They say you are animal.
They say you're an animal.
Yes.
Who says that?
Anyone.
Is it not better than to return to Afghanistan where they will not treat you like an animal?
Now, he told me there. He recruited me in Afghanistan. He recruited me 2019. 2001 I come again.
It's bad for our social fabric, it's bad for our economy. Our farmers should be investing in robotics. They should be paying decent wages for Flemish people to pick fruits and vegetables. For youngsters, students, they shouldn't be importing people from the third world who will do this for very bad wages, in very bad living conditions. That's just not what I
But
want.
the reason why is they want cheap labor. Like again, you could talk about how there should be more machines that take over the jobs. They should hire like cheaper labor. Maybe there could be like field trips for kids to go to farms and actually do manual labor. It's like learn how food was harvested. Or learn how food is harvested in third world countries, or learn how food was harvested in America decades ago. That kind of experience. Kids will absolutely hate it. But that's the thing. That's the point. You go to those things to experience something, to learn something. And guess what? There would actually be some produce, a lot be broken and eaten because of kids. But at the same time, it'd be good for them. It'd be good for them. Because a lot of the stuff in the United States, since it's all flat ground, it's all automated. It's all automated. But yeah, well, not all, but a lot of it is automated. Because on our the orchard here, the figs get handpicked. They get handpicked, but at the same time, they do have automations in some places, but our fig trees are grown as bushes, so that way they're easier to pick by hand rather than the fig trees that are grown as trees.
And here's the big question. Inevitably, many of these jobs will be automated. What happens to them after it's automated?
Well, probably they will be giving universal credit to all of these people.
Yep.
They will not be going home, of course. The welfare state is too generous in Belgium, even and especially for people who don't have a job. Happening right now, we're importing third worlders. Our most productive, our most innovative and ambitious young people, they're leaving Belgium and the Netherlands and Western Europe en masse. So that is it's a cascading effect and it will only get worse in the coming years. You can understand why, because the whole country has been built on a Ponzi scheme, on a pyramid scheme, and we are the last layer of the pyramid before it collapses. That's what's happening right now.
Then we headed towards a metro station engulfed in an ongoing turf war between rival drug gangs. Do the locals here feel safe? Let's go.
Normally you ask people where they're from, but I don't.
Okay, you're the first Bulgarian I met. What are your thoughts on what's going on here?
What I can say about the recent things that have been going on here is that this is gang wars between them. It's not against us or the normal people. I use this metro twice a day. Every time an incident happened here, I was 1 hour away from the incident, but I never felt unsafe because I know this is between them and not against us.
What do you think women feel in these environments?
Oh, this is not a good environment for women. That's, well, Brussels generally is unsafe for women. I think men are very horny here.
But who?
Mostly immigrants that from third world countries, second world countries.
And do you understand Flemish or Belgian people that say we don't want the country to become like this?
This is a very topic because what I think Belgium has sold their country. I think Belgium sold their country for 2-3 generations of wealth. Now look at me. I have a Belgian passport. I'm as Belgian as you are, so I can.
Paper, yeah.
I can vote the same things. So
You could be the prime minister.
I could be the prime minister.
And you wouldn't want Bulgaria to end up like this.
I would definitely not want Bulgaria to end up like this. That's why I'm always so against like immigration in Bulgaria and stuff like that.
So now you're Belgium.
Belgium is already done. Like, I don't see it's going any good. I don't see it. Yeah, once it reaches a certain level.
It's funny, like a third generation or something. He's like, yeah, the nation sold itself out. I don't want it to become that. He's most likely going to travel somewhere else after it falls apart. Because, yeah, nobody wants to see their home get destroyed. Nobody wants to see their home get destroyed. Yet it's the nations that allow this stuff to happen. That's why I'm so glad Trump has taken a stance on immigration, because I don't want people coming into the nation illegally. I don't want a high flood of people. Sure, I want my wife to have an easy immigration process. I want her to get her visas quickly. I don't want to be dealing years on end just for an approval for a green card so we can travel around. I don't want to wait forever. But at the same time, the reason why it takes so long is because the system's just it's a slug. It's a slug. It's all done by snail mail. All of it is just it needs to be streamlined. It needs to be. We need to revamp the entire system in the United States of America. But we can't allow people into the nation that have broken the law to be here. We can't allow random people into the nation just because they say asylum. That time is done. That time is done. We need to get rid of the asylum seekers now. We need yesterday. We need to just stop that. entirely.
It's unstoppable. The interest of the Belgian people is getting lost.
Ah, fake news, fake news.
Fake news for real?
For real. You have to do your own research. That's your project. Okay, I don't have time for this. Let's get into it.
I wish you the best.
Oh, thanks so much. Likewise.
I really like Brussels.
Okay.
I love the food.
What are the best things about Brussels? Add some positivity here.
The good food. I'm going to eat now at Pakistan. You should try it.
Okay. Okay.
And Brussels is fun.
Okay.
You know, center of Europe. It's NATO here. So
Okay. Okay.
It's nice to have people from everywhere that bring their food and everything.
Okay.
You would agree with that?
I would say food is great, but it would be easy to actually go to a foreign country and learn the dish and bring it back home.
Is that what you're saying? You'd rather go to Yemen?
I can Google Yemeni recipes.
I gotta say, it can't be that hard to make Yemeni's dish.
It's quite hard, actually.
Okay.
Master the
What do you
rice.
think?
I'm also very skeptical of how you portray.
What do you, yeah.
I had a sense.
What, yeah, the sixth sense of what? That I'm a great guy?
I kind of have a sense of what you're doing. I think in life you can portray everything the way you want to portray it in this framing.
What do you think I'm missing out here? What
No,
would
I
you
don't
like
know.
to say?
It's just a Wikipedia. It's a collaborative platform. Anyone can write anything about it. But,
That's actually not true, but I can
I
say
love
yes.
Wikipedia. I'm a big Wikipedia fan.
I'm actually a big hater of Wikipedia. It's compromised. There's very specific people who can actually moderate and edit it. But you know, I like the idea, right? It's a good idea.
Some Wikipedia lords.
Exactly.
In this train station, there have been plenty of shootings with Kalashnikovs, youngsters on scooters delivering drugs, shooting up the place. I don't think that's really worth the exotic food.
Why do you think those people...
You can be honest with your solution.
No, not recommended. I think to solve problem, you have to go down deeper into the source of those problems. Like, for example, if you start fighting me, I'm going to be like, okay, he's a bit weird.
Sure.
But to solve it, really, I want to know why. Maybe because your parents hit you or you feel depressed and so you hit people, you know?
We've been trying, if I may for a second, we've been trying that for over 50 years and it hasn't worked. It's only gotten worse. Oh, every time leftist politicians say, we need more playgrounds. But what do? They put graffiti, they put drug dealers, they destroy the playgrounds, they shoot up the place. It just doesn't work. But for the same reason that if you pick up a scorpion, it will sting you. Certain people have certain cultures, and when you import these people, you import their cultures, you import their behavior and their habits. If you import Africans to a city, the city will eventually become African.
So you think there's an element of biological determinism? There's some instinctive traits relative to it?
Right.
So I think for you, it's a biological essentialism.
Well, I wouldn't say that because that's illegal in Belgium.
I
never said that.
But if you would in another country, I think you could say it in the US.
He can say it,
right?
yeah.
I can say a lot of things, yeah. In the USA, for now.
Has there ever been a European city that imported a lot of Africans, a lot of Middle Easterners that has improved? There's not a single example of successful assimilation or integration. It has never happened and it will never happen because you cannot make a cow into a horse and you cannot make a horse into a cow.
Do you as a woman feel safe in Brussels?
Again, that sounds like a very racist kind of way of doing it. But the thing is, the more problems that a nation introduces, the more extremist people become. Because, again, there are always those people that want to travel to another country, that want to integrate into another society. The problem is the fact that it is mass migration into a nation, that there is no integration into that nation. That is the real problem. If it was trickled in, like, you could probably have the same amount of people that are in America that have migrated here in the past 4 years. Like, you could trickle it for the like 10 years, have the same amount. They would have to integrate as long as they go through the actual process and get here legally and they're approved by the government that they're not a problem or they don't hate the nation. Like, that's the thing. I'm okay with people who are born in America hating America because they're retarded. They don't know any better. They don't know what it's like to live in a third world country. They don't know what it's like to be afraid. They don't know what it's like they've lived in a blessed nation. And I don't want America to become a third world country, even though if you live in New York or LA, you've seen it firsthand a few times. But the thing is, like, I'd prefer America to be a safe place. And those people who are born and raised in these nations that are blessed, guess what? They're going to have they're going to have these weird dystopian ideas about America because they've never seen a real hardship. They've never experienced real hardship. Except for when their teacher told them no. That's the first time they experienced hardship. But that's the thing. That's the I can understand Americans hating America. I can't understand an immigrant trying to travel to America talking about how much he hates America. That just makes no sense. That just makes no sense because that just means they don't belong here.
Generally?
I don't live here.
Where do you live?
I don't live here.
No.
Why not?
I live in the Netherlands.
Ah, okay. This conversation is less valuable.
This
Money,
is what I
right?
really like about Europe and the far right is that your interest and the interest of a big corporation align perfectly.
But they don't know.
They align perfectly. You know why? Because it's exactly what they say.
It's completely the other way. I'm actually being banned from every big corporation, every big bank, big finance, big social media, big media. Every big corporation is banning people like me, like Martin Zellner, like Tyler here. So no, our interests are not aligned. These big corporations want cheap labor and they've been importing them by the millions for the past decades.
Maybe the anti-Semitic claims on your Wikipedia might be true.
Why would they be true? Are you Jewish?
No, absolutely not. Just because I know that if I ask you further what makes it a big pharma.
So if you are against the great replacement, you are anti-Semitic?
I mean, I think you can do your own research.
Yeah, do your own research. That's your project.
I do not wish you the best. I really wish that your endeavors really fail. And I wish you to make the least amount of money for your endeavors. But I wish you a healthy life, though.
I appreciate that.
And sometimes leftists want to claim as if this is some natural phenomenon. They will say, well, migration is something that's always happened. It's just natural. People come and go. That's not true. Never in history has there been such a huge wave of migrants from completely contradictory parts of the world, the third world, coming here, bringing their own identity, their own ideas, their own cultures, religions that are completely incompatible with our culture. Of course, people have migrated intra-European from one country to another. That's normal. But importing millions upon millions of people that are impossible to integrate, let alone assimilate to Europe, that has never happened before, and it's being done deliberately. It's been done deliberately since the 60s for economic reasons, but it has also been done since the 90s for political political reasons, and since 2015, due to Merkel and some other leftists in power here in the European Parliament saying we're shuffling us. If you import millions of third worlders, then your democracy ceases to be a democracy. You need a demos, you need a people, a nation of similar high trust people, of ethnically the same people, homogeneously the same people, to have a working, functioning democracy. If you import people from all over the world, then a democracy just becomes a competition of ethnic voting blocks. And that's what we see in Belgium, and that's exactly what we see here in Brussels.
And then Dries took me to a stark example of history being rewritten in real time, further advance mass migration, and weaponize white guilt. All right, Dries, what is this?
Also, this monument is actually the perfect anecdote to everything that's wrong in Belgium and in the West. This monument is dedicated to the Belgian soldiers that died defeating and combating slavers and Arab slave traders and that. So this actually says that Belgian military men died valiantly defeating the Arab slave traders. But as you can see, the word Arab here has been chiseled out of the rock of this monument because many years after this monument was inaugurated, the Arabs started coming or started being imported to Brussels and to Belgium. And it's so as not to offend the many Arabs that now make up the majority of this city. So they are literally rewriting history as we stand next to it so as not to offend the newcomers. So our youth is being told lies so as not to offend the newcomers.
And they've literally chiseled out what word specifically?
The word Arab. So this says the Belgian military men fought valiantly to defeat the slave traders, and this says Arab slave traders. So this is very little known because we're being taught about the slave trade, but we are never taught that for many tens of thousands of years slavery was very normal, and it's us Europeans, Christians, that ended slavery all across the world. And many brave European men died trying to end slavery, and successfully, at least in Europe, ended slavery. And we fought against the Arab slave traders that didn't want to lose their valuable trade. And many of our people died, but today their sacrifices are forgotten or are made to be forgotten by literally chiseling out our history for self-hatred. It wasn't even the Arabs here that were demanding for this word to be removed. It was a self-hatred of leftist whites that says we need to remove this so as not to offend others.
Beautiful park, scenic. What is this?
Well, this is the park right next to the Royal Palace. As you can see, it's quite a nice park. A lot of people here enjoying the sunshine. It's also where the biggest mosque of Brussels is. It's right next to us here. That's the big mosque of Brussels. And it's actually being shut down many times over because it was discovered that the mosque was being used basically as a base of operations for the Moroccan secret intelligence. That's a whole different story, but they basically been using their Moroccan diaspora to promote the interests of their own state, as they often do. The Moroccan state believes that it's in their interest to have Moroccans everywhere in Europe and have them be loyal to Morocco, have them remain as Moroccan as possible.
And the beauty of this park, is that the majority of Brussels, or are we in the nice part right now?
No, this is obviously the nice part. You have the Royal Palace here. If you walk a few minutes that way, you have the European Commission. So this is definitely the nice, safe, clean area of Brussels. And it's present. I mean, if you're a tourist, Brussels can be a nice place to visit.
In fact, I got hammered in one of the nicest neighborhoods in Brussels, fully insulated from the top-down demographic engineering and the problems that come with it that the everyman in Brussels has to live with. For example,
See, the thing is, like, you could say that about everywhere, though. You could say that about everywhere. Oh, there's nice places and there's bad places. You know, I'm just going to skip to the end at this point. It's
I'm thinking about this on social media. They raided my house again. They took me out of bed. They dragged me to prison and they locked me up. And they said, we're only going to let you free. Only going to let you out of jail if you sign a paper with
they don't have
conditions.
freedom of
And one of the conditions was that I
speech.
was not allowed to speak about what they were doing to me. And next week, I will possibly be convicted for hate speech because I linked mass migration to crime. So even if I'm very careful, I may go to jail for what I say.
a few days after meeting Dries, the courts had decided his fate.
So they wanted to crack me. They wanted to break me in order to show all the young people in Belgium and in the Netherlands that if you do activism for your people, this is how you'll end up. Debanked, thrown out of university, ostracized, financially ruined, and even sent to prison if you don't bow down. Because they were offering me, if you bow down, we'll leave you alone. Of course, as you can see, I never bowed down. So they sent me to prison. They gave me a prison sentence for this. And the thing is, a lot of people are worried about state censorship. And state censorship is a real threat. But the biggest threat is self-censorship. By sending me to prison, millions of people in this very small country are self-censoring themselves every single day. When they send a message to their family or friends, they will think, oh, maybe someday this message will be used against me in a hate speech case. When they are in public and they want to say their opinion, they know, wait, in Europe, in the heart of Europe, in Brussels, you get sent to prison for your opinion if it goes against the leading narrative about diversity and whatnot. So that is the biggest threat, the self-censorship of so many people.
A few days after filming, Dries was officially convicted for hate speech after stating 100% provable facts related to migrant crime, and the judge even admitted he was charged not for lying, but for presenting facts in a way that incites hatred against a protected group. That's right, the regime is using Dries to tell the rest of Belgium, if you speak an inconvenient truth that goes against our political objectives, we will do everything in our power to...
Yep. Again, a blessing that I'm in America. The thing is like, sure, it's a double-edged sword and people use it to praise terror organizations, but that happens. I mean, that's just the way of the world. That's just the way of the world. For every good thing, there's evil things. For every good thing, there's evil things. It's crazy. You are watching that Tyler Averia guy. I mean, which kind of video of him? I mean, the thing is, at this point in time, he always targets certain things because he went from the sketchy neighborhood to the good neighborhood. You can find that here, too. I have family members that live in the sketchy neighborhood on my dad's side. And then you can go downtown, the gated communities, which will talk about how the sketchy neighborhood, we need to allow more people in for those communities because they're not going to affect my community. You know, that kind of nonsense. It's just, there are always going to be those people. I don't like how he navigates the narration. I hate how he tries to instigate fights. It's his own fault. He tries to get something very viral. Honestly, who knows? Maybe he hired someone to throw that beer can at him. At this point in time, I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him just to have that can fall down and be like, huh, the birds are throwing cans at us. Everyone's on camera. You have a 360 view camera. There is no way you didn't catch that. There is no way you didn't catch it. The fact that you only saw it falling and you zoomed in on it falling means that you're trying to hide the perpetrator who threw it, which to me symbolizes that you faked that entire situation.
You guys get a video?
Oh, yeah.
bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait like that.